All right, man. I read that Stafford was struggling with his deep accuracy early on in camp. It's only 11 days into the training camp, but has Matthew Stafford's deep accuracy always been suspect while playing for the Detroit Lions? Let's talk about it. We back. Motor City Sports Talk, we in the building. Appreciate everybody for checking in. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the videos, and it's kind of the thing I read and it kind of stuck out to me because it's a question. I remember Stafford used to throw like 60-yard bullets, and he didn't have no loft. All his deep throws when he first came to Detroit, early, maybe the first 4 or 5 years, including 2 injury years, all his deep balls were on a frozen rope. And from one aspect of looking at it, that's impressive, because can't every quarterback do that? But under his ball was no air. And even when you look at some of the deep balls, there's really no loft in it. If you go back and watch like Joe Flacco, the Denver Bronco playoff game where they went up to Denver and they came back and beat Peyton, and he threw that touchdown to Jacoby Jones, like how it dropped in the basket. Like Stafford has struggled with dropping the ball in the basket because he got such a strong arm. He's worked on putting more air on the ball and having it drop in. But if you just go back to last season, to be particular, I was there at the first game. He missed Marvin Jones a couple times down the sideline. People say it was Jones' fault. He was dealing with injury. So be it. But if you go to the 49ers game, he missed him again. And I think Kenny Galladay ended up scoring the touchdown, but he threw a messed up ball down the field to Kenny Galladay. And Galladay just made a hell of a catch. Even if you go back to the Arizona Cardinal game a couple years ago, and Kenny Galladay made a great catch down the field. I think he, split 2 Arizona Cardinal defenders, and he jumped for a touchdown. That was an inaccurate deep pass from Matthew Stafford right there. You know what I'm saying? Like, Kenny Galladay had to jump like 3 or 4 yards just to catch it, and he made a hell of a play. So in my opinion, Matthew Stafford's deep accuracy has always been suspect. Just looking at it. When you talk about those deep post routes, even the catch Marvin Jones made over Josh Norman with the Washington Redskins, now it's coming to me. Jones made a hell of a catch. You know what I'm saying? And you go back to, the Calvin Johnson plays. Calvin Johnson made hell of a catches. People say quarterback is important. Most of the time, Calvin Johnson made Stafford look good because his catch radius. It wasn't Stafford making Calvin look good. Calvin was making spectacular throws. I'm talking down the field. Now, if you go to his short timing accuracy, it's pretty good as long as he read the coverage the right way and make the proper decision with the ball. His in routes and out routes and comeback routes. Long as he squared up and his mechanics good, anything I'm gonna say like 20 yards in, he could put it on the dart. But when you talking about those skinny post routes, double moves, 9 fly routes, all the same thing. Seam routes to the tight end. When you talking about those pass plays over 20 yards, his accuracy does struggle. And some people might say, "Oh, you hating?" That's the first thing. When people say you hate nowadays, 9 times out of 10, it's a good chance that you're telling the truth. In my opinion, it's a 90% chance you're throwing the truth. You saying the truth, because what people don't understand is, like, they expect everybody that got a YouTube channel that talk about, or got a platform to talk about the Lions, it's supposed to be positivity. Even if they don't win the game in the season, you supposed to be like positivity. Some people just keep it real. You got some people that use their platform and they scared to rub people the wrong way. They're scared to tell the truth. They scared they gonna lose a sub. They scared somebody won't visit their website again. They're scared to speak the truth. Me, I don't give a fuck. I'll just give you straight up. I'm gonna give it to you like robot testing. That old great robot testing your mom used to give you that was nasty. I'm gonna give you my honest opinion. If you don't like it, guess what? You ain't gotta watch. Or you could just go to the next video. But hate is the new truth in most situations. Now, I don't think y'all motherfuckers going out here saying anything, and this is people saying it's hating. Sometimes you sound like you hating, in certain scenarios. But I think, the deep accuracy is something that the reporter said they struggled with, and I put the article in the description early in camp, and it's something he struggled with in his whole career. Calvin just really masked a lot of those things deep down the field. Corey Fuller, he never could form a rapport with Corey Fuller. Maybe Corey Fuller wasn't that good out of our Tech, but Virginia Tech, for y'all don't know. But, Stafford ain't really that good of a deep ball thrower, historically. And a lot of the passes that I can remember, Calvin making a great catch, Marvin Jones making some great catches, Kenny Galladay making some great catches. Then he had some dimes. Remember, he threw a dime in the Atlanta game in London to Golden Tate down the sideline. That was a dime he thrown. He got his dime, but I'm just saying it's a little bit erratic, a little bit inconsistent. It ain't something that he's mastered. It ain't something that he really good at. And historically, we've asked the Lions to go deep down the field through Linehan and Lombardi and, Jim Bob Cooter. And a lot of times he don't have the time in the pocket, but, maybe it's a deficiency that some offensive coordinators were trying to cover up. But, hey, Smart Street Sports Talk. Let me know what you guys think. Am I tripping? I'm hating. That's what people are going to say. Don't forget, we on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Reach out to the email. The links in the description. Share the videos. Best way to help the channel out. One time for the one time we gone.